were some of your areas of uncertainty throughout your life of business, throughout your life of athletics, and just personal life in general?
Yeah, I think there's always uncertainty, and it's like, I don't know. It's like really yeah, every day I'm still uncertain like where things are going to go, and like being a young entrepreneur, it's like I want so many things all at one time, but it's like obviously you can't have that, and it's like really finding out who you are through the journey. And I think like I was sort of in that position is like with Yo Club and everything, we're big on social media. Like we'd go travel out to like California and I'd walk in a Chipotle and everyone's like, yo, dude, are you that guy? And I felt like famous. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And it's like, but then after a couple of years, like the guys I was around, I'm like, like I'm like a grinder. I hustle. And it's like once you really see who these influencers are, and like a lot of you guys that are, on your Instagram, on your TikTok, and like you're idolizing these people that are a lot bigger. It's like at the end of the day, they're just human, like seriously. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. And I think is really cool that I've learned that, because so many people fall in the trap of like, all these people are, you don't know them at the end of the day. Like you're just like them. You can be one of them if you really wanted to. And I found out like that's honestly not me. Like I'm not trying to be some big fitness influencer. It's like the way that they live and stuff is completely different of how I really want to live. And I really like being a business owner and building a team and building a community. So I think that's super cool. So I have uncertainty, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have uncertainty. I think it's a good thing to have too, because it's like that's what makes life. Like life isn't life without having uncertainty, and it just like brings excitement every day because like, oh, something new is gonna happen. But I know I have my, like I said, the small wins. Like I have, things on my board that it's like I need to get done every single day. That's going to take me down the right path. And then the rest will just solve itself out. And
Mm.
that's where faith comes involved. And it's just like, just your dedication, and it takes time because there's so like even this week, dude, I'm like, I want so many things to happen. I want to, grow X amount, make this X amount of dollars. And it's like sometimes you need to learn patience. And sometimes you just need to
Mm.
slow down and enjoy the journey.
Mm.
So I've really learned those things. And another thing too is like the last thing I truly learned of like uncertainty and stuff is like making decisions and stuff. It's not, you want to be fast with making decisions. You don't want to be slow. You don't want to just like be monotonous. Yes, you want to do it strategically, but it's not making the right decision. It's making the decision right, because there's millions of decisions you can take. Like if you think about it, like you're at where you're at now because all the billions of decisions, like you're making millions of decisions throughout a single day.
Right.
So it's like there's like infinite amounts of decisions you can make. So it's just like making the decision right away and then making that right.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just like you're dealt with those decisions, just like live in the presence and just like accept the decisions that you made and just make it right. Like don't worry about the past, you
That was
know?
a that was a domer. All right, for the people that did not understand that, that was very good. I didn't even think about that process. Yeah, decision making. I mean, you're doing it every day. Like you decide to wake up to go do something. You woke up to, do you want to get out of bed or do you want to stay in bed today? Did you want to go do some work and go work out, or did you not? So you're making a decision every day. Going back to the younger individuals, I know with like our high school football, with going through like summer workouts or any of our
Yeah.
workouts throughout the time. Did you choose to work out hard? Or did you choose to slack off when you were doing the things that you were doing? And then when you go into the topic of making the right decision or making the decision right, um, all of those things I never really thought about, because I think in my head it was that whole patience concept. I wasn't as patient for a lot of the things that I want, because like you hustle and you hustle fast. That's how I'm trying to do, but it's like, okay, like I don't know what things I need yet, so I'm rushing into it without being prepared. Um, but why not make the decision? That's why I told you with this challenge that I started up on Instagram. Why not just put it out there? I'll make a decision, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens
No,
after it
yeah.
starts.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally anyone, It's like, especially in business, especially in life, is like you can be patient. I've talked to so many people. It's like, dude is right in front of your face. Like, just I feel like an old ass wise man now because like I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now, which is kind of crazy. But it's just like just got to make a decision at the end of the day. Don't waste time because people like me, people like you just got to move fast. Like opportunity, if you just sit and wait, you're going to be a guy. It's like he's not going to get anything done. He's just sitting there waiting, whatever. I make decisions. Yeah, I may make the wrong decision, but I'm going to be confident in my decision. And then over time, it's just going to be like I've been making more decisions than you, and I've just been moving faster, and I'm just like gone. So it's just like don't the opportunity is just going to pass you.
Yeah.
It's like what's the worst? Literally, what's the worst that's going to happen? It's like I've had so many like crappy things. I've been in my Lubbock apartment with freaking, I drained my savings account 6 grand and I got down to like $5 in my checking account. I vividly remember that. And I bet it all on a big clothing launch and it like paid off. And it's like, there's those things I've racked up $100,000 in debt and like that's racked up like that it's happened before and then we overcame that. It's like there's so many things. It's like it's not all about money. It's not all about these things. It's like you got to make these decisions and you got to learn from them. Like the and I remember listening to a lot of these podcasts and like people talk like this whenever I was in high school and stuff. But it's like they always say you learn from your mistakes, but that's like so true. So don't if you're worrying to make a decision because you think you're going to fail, like good, you fail.
Right.
I promise you, you're like the value that failing brings to you is so much because it's just like, you know, no one, a lot of people are too scared to even make that decision. Like, what if you don't fail?
Right.
Or if you do fail, the next time you do it, you're not going to fail because
Right.
you know what not to do. So it's
Right.
like, at the end of the day, decision making is just like, just make the decision right.